Okay, student, before starting exercise, let me try to recall this back, whatever we have explained this on, right? See here, when we define sine function, suppose fx is equal to sine function, normal trigonometric function, then its domain was set of real number, range was this one, right? I've explained this one in the previous video also, you can watch that one, okay? So when your function is sine function, normal trigonometric function, then your domain is real number, range is this one. Now if you want to write inverse, inverse means what? We used to inverse the definition only, right? So function is defined from R to minus 1 to 1. So when you define inverse, this will become your domain, this will become your range, right? So see here, when I write inverse here in case of inverse function, what I have done, okay, domain I have taken minus 1 to 1, but range I have redefined it. Can you see, from this real number I am not taking all the values, I am taking only from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. I am not taking all the values, and I have already explained why we used to take this only, not extra portion. The reason is it will give you same image. Okay, if it gives same image, it won't be function anymore. If you take all the real number here, then it won't be inverse function, it will be inverse relation. But since we are discussing about inverse trigonometric function, then you have to redefine this one. Okay, so I've already explained this one in my video, so you can watch that one previous video. Okay, so in this case, what you have to be careful with is, when you do exercise, for example, if they ask you sine inverse 1 by 2, if they ask you find out the value of this, okay, see here, first thing you need to understand this, when they ask you find out sine of sine x, how much it is. Now when you find out, what you used to find, obviously answer will be what, some value, right? Ratio will come out 1 by 2, or if your x is suppose 30 degree, okay, then you will get 1 by 2. If your x is suppose 90 degree, then your solution answer for this is 1. Can you see, when you put the value here, angle, this was your angle and this will be your ratio. Now in when you define inverse, in case of inverse, what will happen, this will come here, sine inverse 1, and this will be your angle. So see here, when you find out the value of this one, remember it will be angle. When you find out the value of this one, in case of normal trigonometry, this was value. Okay, this ratio I'm telling us value. Okay, so try to understand this one. When you find inverse function, it will give you angle. When they ask you find out the value of this, you will get angle. Okay, this is your value, this is your angle. So you have to be very careful with these things. Okay, now see here, when you find out inverse function answer solution, if you find out this solution, when you find out, you have to also check whether it lies in this range or not. I hope it's clear, because see, this value will come from here. See, fx equal to sine of suppose x. Okay, now when I will define f like this, set of real number to range minus 1 to 1. So see here, when you will find out value for this one, sine of suppose x, what you will take, suppose 30. Now this 30 will come from where, from this set, right? And the answer which you will get from this one, say for one sine 30, answer is 1 by 2. So this 1 by 2 must be in this range, right? This set, yes or no? This value will be in this set, this value will be in this set. Same way in case of inverse, when you do inverse, what will happen, this will become your domain minus 1 to 1, and range will become this one. Instead of this, we used to redefine minus 5 by pi by 2 to pi by 2, right? So in this case also, if the function is defined like this, f inverse x equal to sine inverse x. Now see, when you find out the value of this one, sine inverse x, you'll get some answer here, right? Now whatever value you put x, this value will come from this set, and the answer which you will get will come from this set. Can you see, these are your angle, these are your value. In this case, these are your value. Can you see, this is value from here, these are angle from here. So in inverse, this will be, this answer will be your angle, this will be your value. Is this clear? So When you find out the answer, what you have to check? You have to check that this answer lies here or not. If it does not lies, remember this won't be inverse function. Then what is the use of finding? If you find out answer other than this range, then remember it won't be an inverse function. It won't make this angle, won't make this one as inverse function. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say is, whenever they ask you find out inverse, some inverse, whatever value they give you, find out the solution. This solution, when you find out, try to see whether it lies in the range of this function or not. For cos, what is the cos inverse? What is the range was 0 to pi. So when you find out cos inverse of any value, okay, this value whatever it is, it must be in the domain, okay, in the domain set. Is this clear? So domain for cos inverse is also same, -1 to 1, right? So domain value must be from this set, and answer which you will get, this must be within this range. Okay, obviously domain you don't have to see right now. We have to concentrate more on range here, okay, because domain they will always give you from this set only. Okay, this value which they will give always will be from this set, but the answer which you will get, you have to check whether this answer lies in the range of this function or not. So range of this function is this one. So I have already given this one. Sine inverse range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and I have written in terms of family. You can see tan inverse also same kind of range it has, only the difference is open interval, means minus pi by 2 also should not be your answer in case of tan inverse, and pi by 2 also should not be your answer in case of tan inverse. Okay, between that whatever comes out, if it is there, then it is defined for that function. Okay, same way cos inverse range is this one, cot inverse range is this, cosec inverse range is this, sec inverse range is this. So I have written in terms of family. You can see cos inverse and cot inverse same kind of range, so it will be easy for you to remember. Okay, cosec inverse this, sec inverse this. These things I have already explained with the help of graph. Okay, so if you haven't watched that one, watch that first and try to understand why this kind of range, and you have to remember all this. Okay, so let's start the exercise. So whatever I have explained, I will again explain in the exercise also. So see carefully here. So your exercise 2.1 question number 1. So I will do only some question from the first part, okay, because all questions are similar and the exercise is very easy here. So sine inverse minus 1 by 2. So first I will do with the usual method, and then I will show you the shortcut also, how to do directly. Okay, so what I said in the derivation only, I said, right, sine inverse of this one, I want to find the value. What I will do, I will convert this one into normal form and then we'll find out. So let me define this one as y. Okay, this is how we have done in derivation, remember? So sine inverse I will bring this side. So minus 1 by 2 is equal to sine of y. Now easily I can find out this. I already know, right? Sine of what? This will be what? Angle now. This is value. This will be angle or not? This will be angle. Sine of what angle will give you minus? Okay, this minus, let me bring this side first. Or what you can do, sine of what angle will give you 1 by 2? Sine of, so in place of 1 by 2 can I write sine of what angle will give you 1 by 2? Pi by 6. Can I write 6? Yes, sine of pi by 6, right? Now see, in class 11 only we have done directly. Now you cannot write, right, sine y and minus sine pi by 6, this one. Now minus, can I bring it inside? If I bring it inside, what it will be? Minus pi by 6 here is equal to minus, here it is sine of y. So you can see sine of this angle is equal to sine of this. So y, can I say this? It is equal to minus pi by 6. So you can see, first thing what we have to check, they have said find the principal value. Principal value means nothing but this only, principal range. If the value comes out between this range, then that is called principal value. In class 11 also you have studied, right? Remember, sine of x, if it is given 1 by 2, suppose, suppose 1 by 2, then we used to find, they used to say, right, find general solution or principal solution. Remember, general solution means what? You have to find all those values of x for which the answer is 1 by 2. So many infinite values were there, right? Infinite angles was there. Yes or no? So when they say in principal solution, we used to find only angle between 0 to 2 pi. We don't find all the values, only 0 to 2 pi, what angles are there, for which the answer will be 1 by 2. We used to find like that. So same way here also, when we redefine this one, what we have done, we didn't took set of real number, we have taken only the limited angle from there. I hope you can understand. That's why this is called principal range. You can write down here principal range. Okay, I have given this note, right? So where there you can write if you want principal range, this one. Okay, so when you find out answer here for this one, you will get angle, right? Obviously for this, what you will get? Angle. This will give you angle. Answer will be angle. Okay, so that angle you have to check whether it lies in the range of this function or not. So sine inverse range is what? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So answer what we got? Minus pi by 6. So will it lie here? Minus pi by 6 means what? If you want to understand in terms of degree, you can do that also. Minus pi by 2 means minus 90 to 90 degree. And this means what? Minus 30 degree. Minus 30 degree will lie, right? Between 90 minus 90 to 90. Yes or no? So yes, it lies in this range. That's why this is principal value. So this is what you have to find out. Okay. So therefore the principal value is minus pi by 6. So how we have find out? First thing, they have asked you to find out the principal value of this. First thing, we know the value of this will be obviously angle. Okay, now how we will find out? This is the usual actual method. This we have considered as y. Okay, and then what I have done, I have converted into normal trigonometry function, this one. Then I find out this we have already done in class 11 how to solve this. Okay, minus 1 by 2. 1 by 2, what I can write? Sine pi by 6. So both side I have made sine. So you can see if sine of this angle is equal to sine of this, when it is possible, only when y is equal to this one. So y is equal to this one we got, right? So from this what I can write? Now I will show you the shortcut also for this. Okay, so y is equal to minus pi by 6. So value for this, y means what? Value of this one only, right? You can see. So y is equal to minus pi by 6 we got. So value of this one, first thing, it must lie between this two, this range. Okay, and minus pi by 6, the answer which we got, obviously it lies here. So that is the principal value here. Okay, now see the shortcut for this, the identity which I have explained to you. This way also you can do it. Sine inverse 1 by 2. So what I can write this one? See carefully. This is minus 1 by 2, sorry. Okay. So first thing, we have done this one. Sine inverse negative input. What I can write? Can I write minus sine inverse 1 by 2? I have given this property. Sine inverse, I have also shown you the proof. Minus any value will give you minus of sine inverse. Whatever negative value is there, it used to come out. Okay. So I have written outside. So see, I will write down this one in the shortcut form. I have to find out value of this. Directly I will find out without taking y and all. Sine inverse 1 by 2, what I can write? Can I write sine of what angle? Pi by 6. Can I write? Now remember, since this is inverse function, then what will happen? Remember, f of fx, f inverse x. If it is inverse function of this one, then it will be always identity. It will give you what? X only. Remember, and proof also I have already given. So I have said that for easy understanding, you can think like this. Sine inverse and this will get cancelled. What you will get? Minus pi by 6. This is the shortcut form. Okay. Now this you can write this. After this you can write this one only if this pi by 6 which you are writing, it must lie within this range. Then only you understand that this will be inverse function of this one. Otherwise, if this value does not lie in this range, then we know that this is not inverse function of this one. If this is not inverse function of this one, then it cannot be identity. It will not give you x, something else it will give. Okay, so since this lies in the range of this one. That's why this is inverse function of this. That's why I can write after this, I can simply write down this, get cancel, I can see we will get pi by 6 minus pi by 6. So you can see very few number of steps are there in this case compared to this one. This is the actual method and this is the shortcut. So if you understand properly, then you can go for shortcut like this. Your marks will not be deducted here also. Okay, so let's do some more questions from your exercise. Next question number 2. So 2, what you have to find the value of, they have said, root 3 by 2. Now we know value of this one will be what, and they have said principal value. Again I repeat, find out the value here and check whether it lies in the range of this function or not. Range of cos inverse is 0 to, range of cos inverse is 0 to pi. So the answer which you will get here, it must be within 0 to pi. If it is not so, then it won't be this value which you will get. This will not make this one inverse function. Okay, so the answer which you will find out, it must lie within that range, then only it will be principal value. So let's see. So directly we can do cos inverse root 3 by 2. So very simple question. Cos inverse root 3 by 2 is a value for which angle in your normal trigonometric function? Cos of, same here, pi by 6. For cos 30 degree, you know it is root 3 by 2, right? So in this case, since pi by 6 lies between 0 to pi or not, pi by 6 means 30 degree. 30 degree lies between 0 to 180, right? Yes. So this lies in this range. That's why this is inverse function of this. So this one I can write pi by 6 directly. Okay, so very simple. See, within 2 steps. So exercise, I told you last time only, it is very simple. If you concentrate well on the concept, exercise you will find very easy. Okay, and the one which I have explained, it is for your entrance exam as well. If you simply memorize also, I can assure you that you can do the exercise, but in entrance exam you might face problem if you don't have proper concept. So you need to see your range as well as domain also. Here we don't have to see. Actually this value which you are taking, you have to see whether this value also lies in the domain of this one or not, -1 to 1 or not. Okay, but here in your board exam, till board exam, you don't have to concentrate on this one. Just concentrate on your range, whether range lie in your value lies in the range or not. Okay, so next number, I will do number 6. Rest you try. Okay, -1, tan inverse -1. Now tan inverse is in the family of sine only, right? Remember I told you sine. Let me show you. Sine inverse, tan inverse and cosec inverse is one family. You can see sine inverse negative input will give you negative outside directly. Okay, cos inverse, sec inverse, cosec, cot inverse are one family. It always give you pi minus cos of x if it is negative. Okay, I will show you one cos inverse negative value also, how to solve. So tan inverse minus, this is from your sine family, so you can remember in this way. Okay, so this will give out its negative sign outside. So tan inverse 1. Okay, so negative tan inverse. Now for what angle it is 1? You have to find out that. Tan of 45, right? So pi by 4. Okay, now pi by 4, you see whether it lies between the range of tan or not. Tan inverse, when you find out range, this is family of sine. Sine inverse range was minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right? But in this case, for tan inverse it will be open interval. For sine inverse it was close. For tan inverse it will be open interval. You can see 45 lie between minus 90 to 90 degree, right? Yes. So this is your principal value. Okay, so this lies in this range. That's why this is inverse function of this one. So I can write, this is identity, right? What it will give you, minus will be there, this will give you pi by 4. That's it. So conclusion, how you will write down, you can write like this: since the principal range of tan inverse is, what is the principal range of this? Open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Therefore the principal value of tan inverse minus 1 is what it is, minus pi by 4. Since this lie in this range, right, that's why this is principal value of this. Okay, so one more I will show you with negative input of cos function, cos family. Okay, so see this one, question number 9. This time cos inverse negative input. So cos inverse, now I'm not doing in a usual form. Why? Because now I know for cos inverse some rule we know. Okay, we have already learned some rules, so without converting this one into normal form also I can do it. Okay, root 2, what I can write, if you want you can write this one as y and convert into normal form and then can find out, like that also you can do. Okay, now since I know these rules, directly I will do. Now see, this is cos inverse minus input, negative input, right? So for negative input of cos inverse family is pi minus cos inverse 1 by root 2. This is how it used to give out its negative outside, right? Pi minus cos inverse 1 by root 2. So this one how I'll do, my pi minus cos inverse. Now what angle, for what angle, this is 1 by root 2, cos of pi by, this is for 45, right, pi by 4. Okay, so 1 by root 2 I can write cos pi by 4, so which is equal to pi minus, now pi by 4 lies with within the range of cos inverse or not? Cos inverse, what is the range? 0 to pi, close interval, right? So pi by 4 means 45 degree. 45 degree lies between 0 to 180, right? So this will be inverse function of this one. That's why I can write pi by 4. This will give you identity. Okay, when the input is pi by 4, I will have explained this one, right? Pi by 4, output also pi by. So pi minus pi by 4. So if you solve this, 4 pi minus pi by 4, which is equal to 3 pi by 4. That's it. I hope the exercise is very simple, right? So one more question from question number, let me take 11. Question number 11. Now see question number 11, what it says. They have asked you to find out the value of this. Tan inverse 1 plus tan inverse minus 1 by 2 plus tan inverse minus 1 by 2. So very simple this question. Now if you have understood well, directly also you can write down the value. This will be what? Okay, tan inverse 1 means tan of pi by 4, right? Plus, now this one, cos inverse negative input. Negative input, how you can take out this one? Pi minus cos inverse this 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2, what I can write? Cos by 1 pi by 3, right? 1 by 2 means this 1 by 2 is for what angle? 60 degree. Cos of 60 degree give you 1 by 2, right? Plus again negative, right? Negative, it will just give out outside. Sine family always give out negative directly outside. Okay, so sine inverse 1 by 2, what for what value, for what angle sine function gave 1 by 2? Sine function give for 30 degree, right? So what I can write? Sine of pi by 6 here. Okay, so what this will give? Pi by 4 here, plus pi minus this gone, pi by 3 minus this gone, pi by 6. So you just have to solve this. Take LCM. LCM of this will be 12. This will be 3 pi plus 12 pi minus 4 pi minus 2 pi. Okay, so if you solve this, minus minus plus, so it will be 6 pi gone from here, so 6 pi left out, 9 pi by 12. So if you cancel this will be 3 pi by 4. So that's your answer. Very simple question, right? So you try other questions and let me know if you have any problem. Okay, so multiple choice question also is very simple one. Okay, so you can do yourself this one. Okay.